Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to set up a Google Ads campaign yourself in under 24 hours. I'm going to walk you through the entire process live in the Google Ads dashboard here. And I'm going to show you the exact structure that we used to scale this brand to $22K in spend and $117,000 in revenue in the last 30 days. You can see this brand has been scaling massively lately, and it's all a result of this exact structure that I'm about to show you. So let's dive right into it. First of all, it is a very, very simple start. We're starting from a clean slate here. I'm going to walk you through on a fresh account so you can see exactly what it looks like. But the very first step in building out the structure is having a branded campaign. Specifically, we're going to want a branded search campaign. Now, what is a branded search campaign, you may be asking? Well, what that branded search campaign does is it captures people who are searching for your brand name. And you may think, well, I don't need to target that. My organic results are already covering that. When someone searches for me, I show up as a top result organically. Yes, that's great. However, even if we do have strong organic presence, it's important to make sure we have branded listings to make sure our competitors aren't stealing our traffic, and also to make sure that we are feeding as much high quality data back to Google as possible. The more branded conversions we get through a branded search campaign, the more data we feed Google to show it what our ideal customers look like. And we can also prevent competitors from bidding on our brand name and showing up above us. So this is exactly how you set up a branded search campaign. You click the plus in your screen here and you click new campaign. Now, once you hit this, you want to set your objective as sales. Now, you'll see here we have a purchase action already set up. If you're running an e-commerce brand, I have a full guide on exactly how to set up conversion tracking on your Shopify store. Just look back on my channel. There's a conversion tracking guide video. You watch that one and I'll show you exactly how to set it up. It only takes like 5 minutes, super easy. And if you're a service-based brand, it takes a little bit more work, but it's still very, very doable. And I have another video on my account as well that walks you through that process. So once you have your conversion tracking set up, based on that conversion tracking video, or just following Google Ads instructions in platform to do so, you want to make sure that you set purchases as the account default goal. Now, if you are instead running a service-based business, you'll want to set leads as your main goal, and you'll want to have your conversion goal down here set to either a submit lead form or phone call, right? Because those are the highest leverage and highest value actions in your account. Now, you click continue, and then you select search campaign. Because like I said, we're creating a branded search campaign. Very, very straightforward process. Okay, ignore this. It's not really relevant. So when it comes to your campaign name, we like to give it a good, very clear nomenclature. So something like search brand, and we're going to pretend that this account is based in the USA. So search brand USA. All right, very clear what we're doing and very clear what the purpose of the campaign is. Continue. Now, bidding. If you have a completely fresh account with nothing else in it, you can't tell Google to focus on conversions because Google doesn't know what a conversion looks like yet. You haven't sent it any data. You haven't shown it a conversion, so it can't effectively chase or look for a conversion. What we can do though is focus on clicks. So this just says, hey Google, let's drive as many clicks as possible through to the campaign. And then with that in mind, it will typically generate the initial data required and the initial conversions required to then shift into conversion-based bidding. We don't really need a cost per click bid limit just yet on branded traffic. Unless you're a gigantic brand, your CPCs for branded search will be very low, so you won't need to worry about overbidding on branded traffic yet. And we don't need to worry about new customers either, because again, we are probably going to get quite a few returning customers here given it's a branded campaign, but we know that and we're keeping that in mind with our strategy. Now, always untick these two settings. These are evil little settings, and these are ones that will place your ads on low quality placements, which we do not want. The Google Display Network typically ends up getting you low quality placements. If you want to run a display, you have to run a display specific campaign. Don't do it within search. And Search Partners is just like other search engines that aren't Google. Not worth it. It's going to give you low quality placements. You don't need it. Locations. All right. Another sneaky setting in here. Make sure that, for example, we are going to be advertising in the United States in this example. When you select your location, you type it in there, you select it. You can even go advanced search and you can do specific states, zip codes. You can even do a radius around a certain area. There's a lot of targeting options here. Just play around, do whatever you like, whatever suits your company best. So if you're a service-based local company, then you want to be showing in obviously your ideal region. But if you're an e-commerce brand, you can probably open up those regions a little bit. Okay. Now, After you do that, you want to click this location options drop down and you want to click presence. This is very, very important. If you do not click presence, it will show your ads to anyone who's just interested in your location. So for example, we've selected United States. If we had presence or interest, that could be showing to someone from the United Kingdom who's planning a holiday to the United States, right? Because they have an interest in the location. Don't want that, targeting the wrong people. So make sure you select presence almost always. EU political ads. Unless you are running EU political ads, you can select no here. Languages, I typically always keep it as English, but if you're running in another language, obviously switch it over. 90% of the time it's just English when I'm running ads here. 99%. Actually, I think every time I've ever run ads, I've just set that to English. Pretty much. Okay. And audience segments, we don't need that yet. Don't worry about that. Just, leave it be. We're keeping things simple right now. We're making it as easy as possible for you to set up this account. All right. AI Max, we don't want that either yet. That's just going to make things very difficult for you. It's going to waste your money. Keyword asset generation, we're going to skip this because this is also probably going to waste your money and give you inaccurate targeting. You, as a business owner, know your business best. You know it better than Google's AI does. You know it better than Google does. So skip this part. Keywords. Now, this is very important. So this is where you enter your branded keywords. Now, if you are a brand, let's say your name is Mike's Microphones. I think that's a pretty good business name. If your business is called Mike's Microphones, what you want to do is you want to enter exact match keywords for your brand name. So in this case, it would be Mike's Microphones. Exact match format is with these square brackets around it. So you can see I put the square brackets that denotes exact match. Now we only want to target people searching for our brand. We don't want to target anything else. We want to keep all branded traffic siloed into this one campaign. Mike's Microphones. Now, people are looking for you. Maybe they don't know how to spell your name. So maybe they actually look up Mike's Microphones. They think it's spelled this way. And then they might also look for Michael's Microphones, right? But basically anything that would be a search for your brand is what you should put in here. Now, we might have to be careful with something like this. Mike's Microphones could just be people actually just searching for microphones. So I'd probably remove it. We want to make sure we're just sticking to traffic that is very clearly for your brand. So Mike's Microphones, Michael's Microphones, Mike's Microphones with no space. I'm sure you get the idea now. Just anything someone searches for when they're looking for your brand in particular, nothing else. Okay. Now, when it comes to creating the ad, very, very easy. You put in your URL. So for example, Mike's Microphones.com. That may be your URL. If you have typically if you're running a branded campaign, you just want to send it to your homepage. Should just go to your home because you don't know what people are looking for. But if you have only a single product or only a single service, you can send them directly to your product page or your service page. Headline. All right. So this is super easy. Again, it's a branded campaign. You want to make sure that people know when they see this ad that it's for your brand. So your top headline should be something like Mike's Microphones official, right? There you go. Official store, official brand, Mike's Microphones, official site, official website, whatever you can fit beyond your brand name to show that you are the clear official owner of the brand, or you don't even need that. You can just type in Mike's Microphones, right? That's totally fine. And then you want to put in some offers you may have and some unique service propositions. Basically anything that'll just show people like, hey, we are Mike's Microphones. You should definitely click through right now. So for example, 30% off May sale, right? That'll make people want to click. And then you might want to put in something like 30-day guarantee as well. So usually I keep headlines capitalized. Sorry about that. 30-day guarantee. Just to make sure, they are really clearly getting a good offer here. Now, this is some very sloppy copy from me. This is a very low quality copy for me. It's nothing too crazy, but basically you don't need anything crazy in a brand campaign. Just put in your brand name, put in any offers you have, put in any guarantees or anything else that may make someone want to click. That's all you need. And you don't need 15 headlines. That's for damn sure. 3 headlines is fine. 5 is fine. Whatever you want to do. Don't go over the top and make sure, ideally you should probably spell your brand name right, which I failed to do here. Mike's Microphones. Usually pin that one in position 1, just so it's very clear that it's your brand. Descriptions. Now, these are a little bit more involved, but very, very similar, right? So we just put in something like Mike's Micro. Now, I don't typically fully capitalize these. I just use regular capitalization. So Mike's Microphones official, so we don't need capital O, official store. Shop now for 30% off and free shipping over $100, right? Very simple. Just make it very clear that it's your brand and you have some offers, right? That's all you need to do. Put in 2 descriptions because it's required. Put in some images, your brand, your logo, any images of top products you sell. Throw them in. It's not going to hurt. Put in your business name here as well. Put in your business logo here as well. You do need to complete advertiser verification in order to put in these details. But it's very easy to do so. All you got to do is go over to the settings tab on Google and then go into your verification, and you can verify your business, and then that allows you to add a business logo and business name. Just requires a few documents. Site links, honestly, you don't really have to worry about this in a branded campaign, but if you like, you can put in some site links. I'll show you some examples here, right? This is an example. This brand isn't active right now. But this is what you can basically do with your, site links is you can put in specific categories. So if you sell different categories of products, you can put in those categories. I typically don't recommend putting in FAQ or get in touch stuff, just because people are going to be less likely to purchase from you, if you're sending them away from the purchase pages. So put in, top selling product, pages in here. Put in top selling category pages, all that kind of stuff. Gives you a better chance of success. Call outs, you can fill this one in as well. Quite self-descriptive. So you basically just put in little call outs that say what's great about you. So best sound quality guaranteed for Mike, right? Okay, I can't say guaranteed. Best sound guaranteed for Mike's microphones. I can't type either. There we go. Best sound guaranteed, right? You just put in little call outs to make your brand look good. Again, you can put in 30-day free shipping, 30-day return policy, free shipping over $100, whatever you like. You can put anything in there. Again, it's no big deal. This is just a branded campaign. People are searching for your brand. You just need to be there, right? That's all you got to do. And that is pretty much everything. After you do that, you click done. Now, it's not going to let me publish this because I haven't completed the campaign. Set a custom budget. Now, brand should only represent about 10% of your overall budget. So if you're spending $100 a day, only want to spend about $10 a day on branded, right? Maybe 15, maybe 20, but typically $10 is more than enough. And you can see, for example, here, average CPC of $1.27. It'll probably be lower than that, because your brand is new. And once you've put in your custom budget, then this won't let me publish right now. But you can then publish your campaign right here. And when you publish it, that branded campaign will be good to go. Next up though, we have to create a prospecting shopping campaign. Now, in this example today, I'm showing you how to set up an e-commerce store, right? So this is going to have a prospecting shopping campaign. But if you run a service business instead, you will need a prospecting search campaign. Now, I do have previous videos on my channel walking through how to set up these prospecting search campaigns for a service business. However, if you want me to make another video on it, please just drop a comment down below. I'll make it just for you. I will shout out your name at the beginning, or I won't if you don't want me to. But I will create a video just for you on how to create a service-based prospecting campaign as well, with all the details included. But today we're going to pretend rather that we are running an e-commerce brand for simplicity's sake and to make it clear for the e-com bros. So to create a prospecting shopping campaign, what we need to do is create a new campaign here. I need to go for sales and again, purchases as the primary goal. Shopping campaign. This is super, super easy. And then you select your Merchant Center account. Like I said, this is a deactivated account, so don't bother trying to log into this or anything. I don't know what you're gonna do, but don't bother. So we call it, and very similar naming style to the last one, right? We go shopping non-brand USA. Very simple, very straightforward. Shopping non-brand USA. Create a shopping campaign, and this is the easiest thing ever, right? You put in your daily budget, $20, for example, average daily budget. And it is, if you have no data in the account, you should probably start on maximize clicks to keep it as easy as possible for you. If you have some data in the account, you can potentially work with target ROAS. But for now, we're going to pretend you don't. We're just going to use maximize clicks. And then what you want to do is keep these settings as normal. Go next, go down here, go presence, enter another location, United States. Very similar to branded campaign. Make sure we're just presence, not presence or interest. No EU political ads. Next. Ad group 1. So what you're going to do here is you're going to just include your best selling products, right? So best sellers, top 5, right? Let's say you're putting in your top 5 best-selling products. Now what you do is you go in here, you go use a selection of products, you go item ID, and this separates out all your Shopify items, assuming you've synced your Google Merchant Center. So you got to make sure that you sync your Google Merchant Center with Google Ads. I do have a video on how to set up your Google Merchant Center with Google Ads. Very straightforward. You go into Shopify, you go into the Google and YouTube sales channel on Shopify, and you sync your Google Ads you sync your Google Ads and Google Merchant Center account with your Shopify store, and it automatically syncs your products over. And then once they've synced over, you go item ID and it separates them all out. Now let's say these are your top 5 products, your top 5 best sellers. Then click save and next, and simple as that, right? The account is way quicker than a branded search campaign, as you can see. And then you'll go publish campaign. Now, I won't publish this one on this account because it's just a demonstration, but when you click publish, there is one more step for it, which I will show you in just a moment. Now, after you click publish, you should return to this screen here with the campaigns on the screen. And what you want to do is go into the campaign itself, and then you want to go into the ad group. And within the ad group, you'll see 2 separations, right? So you'll see what the items you picked here. So it'll have your items that you selected, and then it'll say everything else. Make sure that everything else is set to excluded. I think it'll automatically be included when you look at it. You want to go make sure that everything else is excluded and just your products that you selected are set to included. If you don't do this, then it'll show all your products. So you got to make sure that you set this to excluded so it just advertises your own products. All right. And that is how you create a standard shopping campaign. But there's one more step as well. You need to make sure that you apply negative keywords to prevent branded traffic from coming into this campaign. And I'll show you exactly how to do that. So once you're back on this campaigns tab, you want to go into the shopping campaign you created. Then you want to go into keywords, and then under keywords here, you'll see negative keywords. Now within your negative keywords, you want to add negative keywords and you want to add your brand name. Now the reason we're doing this is because it will prevent Google from targeting people who are searching for your brand in the shopping campaign. It's very important because we already have a branded campaign that's set up specifically for targeting branded traffic. Now, in this shopping campaign, we want it to help us find new customers. We don't want it to be relying on branded customers. So that's why we exclude anyone searching for our brand name. Now, it's very, very simple. You go add new keywords and you put in your brand name here the same way we did before in the other campaign in exact match format. So put in mics, microphones, and then variations, right? Let's just go like this. People, this kind of stuff, right? Put in your variations. And what I recommend as well is saving it as a new list. So you just save it as a list and call it brand. And then when you click save, it'll apply that list to the campaign, and then you can use it moving forward. So there you go. It's applied. And now that campaign, that prospecting campaign, will no longer target branded traffic. It will only target new customers and prospecting traffic. Now, there is one more campaign that you have to add in the account to finish off the entire setup, and it is the beautiful PMax campaign. Now, I don't generally recommend introducing PMax until you have a few conversions in the account. Honestly, you can start with just a branded campaign and a shopping prospecting campaign, and you can get results and you can get conversions. And that's all I recommend at the very start, to be honest. But once you get maybe 10 to 15 conversions, that's when you want to roll out a PMax campaign. I'll show you exactly how to do that. You want to go sales. And the reason of the PMax campaign, by the way, the purpose of the PMax campaign is remarketing. So what the PMax campaign will do is it has a very powerful algorithm when it comes to remarketing. It's very good at retargeting people who've engaged with your content, following them around the internet and trying to get them to purchase. So that is the beauty of PMax. And the reason I don't recommend introducing until you have some data is because, one, it's very reliant on conversion data to actually succeed and just target the right people. And two, it won't be able to retarget anyone if you don't have any data of who's already come to the website. So once you have a few conversions, 15, 20 conversions, introduce PMax. And how you do it is you go sales, make purchases your goal, performance max, select your Merchant Center account, select a feed label if you have specific feeds, and then go create a new campaign. And we're going to call it PMax non-brand. Once again, it's a non-branded campaign. USA. There we go. And once Google loads, focus on conversion value. Again, you can't do max clicks or anything here. So this is, again, why I recommend having some conversion data in the account so Google knows how to get a conversion. Focus on conversion value, Don't have to worry about anything here really right now. You actually probably should set a TROAS. So once you get to the stage of 15 to 20 conversions, you'll want to switch your shopping campaign over to target ROAS bidding. And you want to set that target ROAS to roughly your break even. Now on PMax, you want to set a little bit above break even because we're going to try and focus this on remarketing. So you want to set your TROAS a little bit higher, which makes sure that PMax targets the higher intent people. So we're going to set that to maybe, let's say your break even's 200%. Set this at 250. So now it's going to lean more into retargeting, lean more into higher intent users because they're more likely to get a greater return. Once again, we are advertising in the United States in this example. Sorry, not the United Kingdom, the United States. And we are doing presence to make sure that it is in our targeted location. English for the language, EU political ads. No, not today. Moving through, and this is where you have to do a little bit of work. It's not that bad though. It's not the end of the world. You just title your asset group. Again, we're only using bestsellers. So this is going to be a PMax campaign and it just has your best selling products because they are going to convert the best for you. So again, bestsellers, top 5, right? Top 5, we're going to call it top 5. And again, you want to select your products. So go in here, selection of products, item ID, pick your top 5 products and then click save. And then your final URL, set that as your homepage. And then fill in your headlines and your long headlines and your descriptions using the same principles that I outlined to you earlier. You don't have to fill in all 15 if you don't want to. You can do like 5 to 10 headlines, 3 long headlines, 3 descriptions, something along those lines. What you want to be doing is just making sure you're using copywriting principles. Now, I have a whole video on my channel that walks you through exactly how to write good ad copy. I made it quite a while ago, but if you look up ad copy on my channel, you will see it. It's a really in-depth video on exactly how to focus on the principles of writing good ad copy. And if you follow those principles, you will get much better results. Now, also add in some images where you can. That will help you just get a little bit more placement as well. Add in your logo, your business name, videos if you have them, although I wouldn't, most brands don't understand that. But if you have any videos that you've made that are well optimized for advertising, throw them in as well. Just throw everything in this campaign because it's going to be used for remarketing. So you need as many asset types as you can. Now, one more thing that you can also do is you can target specific search themes. So, for example, if we were Mike's microphones, we would want to be targeting people searching for high quality microphones, audio devices, Rode microphone, stuff like this, right? Just anything that people are searching for that gives a signal of your products, things that you want. Now, beyond this as well, you can also introduce audience signals to basically give Google data and tell it to target preferentially people who have visited your site. Maybe they've added to cart, begun checkout, but not yet purchased. But we're not going to do that just yet because it's a bit complex. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible for you. You don't need it. You don't need it at all. But it may help if you add in an add to cart list or a begin checkout list, just to give Google a little bit more data to work with. Now, you want to set your daily budget. Now, PMax should make up, let's say, your daily budget total is $100 a day. PMax should probably make up about 20 to 30% of that. So I'd say 50% of your budget should be in your prospecting shopping, 20 to 30 in PMax, and then 10 to 20 in branded search, right? So for example, give it $30 a day. Imagine your non-brand shopping is at $50 a day. Branded search is at $20 a day. That's pretty well balanced. And you go next. And then you're good to publish. That's literally it. It's, that is all you need. That is everything you need to start an account from scratch. And you actually don't even need this campaign. You only need the first 2 campaigns. But when it comes to scaling, you will probably get stuck if you only use these few campaigns. And truthfully, to get to this level of performance that we have seen in client accounts, you do need a slightly more sophisticated structure, albeit not much more sophisticated. You can see the campaigns we're using in here are exactly what I described. Non-branded shopping, PMax, branded search. That's literally it. That's a whole thing, right? We had some branded shopping, some video in there as well, but we added them in after. So if you want to know the full structure, the full strategy, I've already showed you exactly how to set up on the account. Once you start scaling, if you want to really scale, if you want to know the structure that allows you to scale, feel free to book a call down below. I'm more than happy to walk you through exactly how to do it. We work with a lot of clients and we help them make a lot of money on Google. And if you want that to be you, I'm more than happy to do so. Just book a call with me down below. and we'll figure out what the potential looks like for your brand on Google Ads. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please leave any requests for future videos in the comments down below, and consider subscribing if you want to see more of this content in the future. Thank you again for taking the time to watch this, and I hope you have a wonderful day.